Hey guys, Tricks Ridiculous back with another video. So now that Wakanda has launched, we have officially reached the end of the previously provided roadmap, and so I wanted to talk about the future of Avengers content. War for Wakanda was a great standalone expansion, and the environment is beautiful and is a great template to use as a kickoff point for future content. But the end of the main campaign didn't really leave us on any cliffhangers, so I thought it would be good to talk through what we know is coming next. Now, I'm going to break this video down into three sections. First, the stuff that we know is definitely confirmed to be coming and fairly soon. Second will be the stuff that the game itself or the developers have alluded to, but we aren't exactly sure of their release date. And finally, the stuff that has the possibility of being future content, but is still mostly speculation. Before we do, be sure to like and subscribe. It's the best way to support the channel, and I really do appreciate it. Now, I did a lot of digging, and I think that this list is fairly complete. So hopefully you learned something that might be coming to the game that you weren't aware of. But if I missed anything, please let me know in the comments. So I'll start with what we definitely know is coming and probably pretty soon. And I will start, of course, with the big one, Spider-Man. Obviously, Spider-Man is who everyone, at least on PlayStation, is itching to have added to the game, especially with the third movie coming out later this year. We did have a rogue developer spill the beans that Spider-Man was their end-of-year release, and Paul Tassi of Forbes was also able to confirm with the developers that Spider-Man will 100% guaranteed, no questions asked, be coming out in 2021. If I had to guess, I'm willing to bet that part of their contract with Sony was that they had to release him in 2021, so they're taking as much time as they can to get him right. I would expect Spider-Man by end of year. Next, we have Patrol Mode. Now, Patrol Mode was originally scheduled for pre-Wakanda, but got pushed back in favor of the Omega level threat Super Adaptoid. The devs have confirmed that it is still coming to the game, but needs a little more time in the oven. People are very excited for this mode, so I do expect it by end of year, but I don't want it to launch half-baked. I do hope that they get it right, that it is a fun mode that you can come into, but hopefully we do get that pretty soon. Next, we have the Omega level threat / raid that will be taking place in Wakanda. Now, it was announced that an Omega level threat will take place in Wakanda. We are not sure if this is the quote-unquote raid or just another Omega level threat type mission. Phil did let it spill on stream a few streams back that Omega level threats are not what they would consider raid type content, but that type of content is being worked on by the team. So it's a little unclear. And a quote unquote Wakanda raid was only ever really brought to us through leaks. Crystal Dynamics has never actually used the term raid or Wakanda raid, so we will have to see. But some type of Omega level threat happening in Wakanda is confirmed, so I would expect that to be coming fairly soon. Next, we have a level cap increase. Now, it was revealed that the level cap increase will be coming alongside of an Omega level threat. They said that when a particular Omega level threat launches, that will be the time that they release, that they raise the level cap, I should say. And they said that it'll make sense along with how the Omega level threat ties into the story. I don't know, but it could possibly be the Omega level threat we just mentioned, the one that'll be happening in Wakanda. Maybe it's not. But what we do believe is that it will be going up to 160, and that there will be a way in-game to bring your current gear up to the new maximum. So don't freak out about gear that you have right now that's perfectly rolled. I have some myself, and yeah, they already said that you're going to be able to bring it to the new cap. We don't know. It might cost a ton of resources. We'll see how it is, but it will be possible at least. Next, we have the Cosmetic Rework. So this has been a bit of a meme, bit of a unicorn. Nobody really knows exactly what this will look like, but Brian Wagner, the developer, has confirmed that he is working on it. It is a thing that is still coming. Personally, I do expect it to involve Shuri. I think we did get a leak a little while back that Shuri will have some sort of fabrication type machine that might tie into the new cosmetic rework. We'll have to see. But as far as timing, no idea. And lastly on this list, roadmap through the end of the year. So they did announce that a roadmap of all the content through the end of 2021 should be coming in the next few weeks to maybe months. Right now, they're kind of just letting Black Panther have his time in the spotlight, which is totally fine. But I would expect a roadmap just kind of showing, from September onward, hopefully coming out pretty soon. And I do expect everything we just talked about to be on it. All right, so next we're going to talk about stuff that is somewhat confirmed, but really unknown when it's going to happen. These are things that have been teased in-game or are known by the community to some point that they will definitely come, but it's unclear when. So first we have the Cree Invasion. Now we know the Kree are coming. Nick Fury is still working with future Monica. AIM is kind of taking that position where they're starting to look like a morally gray area villain, as they do also want to help stop the Kree, but they're probably only working with us and Nick Fury because they have to avoid total destruction. We can probably expect that the Kree will be a full-blown expansion similar to War for Wakanda. I'm willing to bet there's going to be new enemy types, a new location, and even a new hero, which I'm also willing to bet will be Captain Marvel. But the release date of this is completely unknown at this time. I'd probably put this at mid to late 2022. Next, we have Ultron. Now, at the end of the Cosmic Cube event, Ultron was teased in a cutscene. We really don't know anything more than that. We don't know if this will be just maybe a small operation or a full-blown expansion, but there is no doubt that Ultron is on the way in some form or another. Next, we have Loki. So we actually had two teases of Loki. One was from the new Zavawati voice line, the Wakandan elder that references him, but actually going back to the vanilla game during Thor's iconic mission chain, that does actually feature Loki posing as Thor and leaves it a little bit open-ended for him to return. But he's definitely on Earth, he's around, and he's probably not done messing with the Avengers. So I think we can expect Loki to come to the game at some point. Next, we have the cloning labs, the elusive cloning labs. You could probably argue, day one players will probably argue that we're never going to get this. It's just a myth. But this is an Omega level threat that we were supposed to get back in September of 2020 was when they first announced that it'll be coming in the next couple of weeks. That was back in September of 2020. Obviously, it has never come. We are still waiting for it, but it is apparently still in the works. So to be honest, this one could really drop at any time. It could possibly be on the 2021 roadmap. It could be something we see in 2022. It's impossible to tell at this point, but it seems like one of those things that they could just kind of plop into the game and just let us have at it. Okay, and then last is the 2022 roadmap. So they have confirmed, in addition to the rest of year roadmap, that they will be releasing, and they're working on a roadmap that shows the entirety of what they have planned for 2022. This is pretty crazy. There's no telling, when we will get this roadmap or what exactly will be on it, in what order. But I imagine that is something we will get before end of year, so we can start seeing what's coming in 2022. All right, and then last on this list is stuff that's mostly just speculation, and honestly, the rest of this list is just characters, but people, who kind of are suspected to be coming at some time, either because of in-game voice lines, leaks, or just because they exist in the larger lore. So the first one is Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange was teased by Zavawati, the Wakandan elder, and he is also in the Extinction Key novel that accompanies the game. He's actually has a pretty large part in that book, so he definitely exists in universe. It's very possible Doctor Strange could be added to the game sometime soon. Next is Wanda. Wanda also teased by Zavawali and also data mined to be in the game. War Machine, also data mined, and his concept art has been leaked as well. So there's actually pictures of War Machine floating around the internet, at least like early concept. They did come out kind of similar to the around the time that the Black Panther concept art came out, and the Black Panther concept art was pretty spot on. There were a few touches, for the final product, but for the most part it was a valid leak. So War Machine kind of coming, at the same time, it's pretty safe to assume that that's a valid leak as well. Next is Winter Soldier, also data mined, and he's actually also mentioned in the Extinction Key novel. He's actually assumed to be dead in the novel itself. Captain America kind of mentions him. He thinks he's dead. He wishes he could go back in time and save him, but probably, obviously, Winter Soldier is not dead, and I'm sure he'll probably make his way to the game at some point. Next is Ant-Man. Ant-Man was also data mined, and in-game, Hank Pym does mention that Scott Lang did go underground after the events of A-Day, so Ant-Man is still kicking around somewhere, on the planet. He's definitely probably coming at some point, or at least it's open-ended that he could. And lastly, Vision. So Vision was also data mined, and in my opinion, Vision is probably the only hero drop that makes sense to go along with the Ultron DLC. So we'll have to see, when Ultron comes out, but I think when Ultron does come out, you can take my bet now that Vision will be the hero that comes with him. So that's it. That's pretty comprehensive of everything that we know, don't really know, and don't really know but think we know. So let me know down in the comments below if you learned anything from this video, or if I missed anything. What are you most excited about for the future of Avengers? I'm excited to hear. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.